Okay, I turned the audio down. What's the score? 4-2. It'll work. Hopefully. Maybe.
This is how I made my text.
All right, we're trying to get back in that here. Let's see who's going to pull ahead, Santi or Grant. It's going to be close. Hey, Grant.
Welcome to Great Park here in Irvine, California. A little bit of technical difficulty setting things up, but we're here in the top of the fourth. Adam Beck alongside Evan Davis here up in the broadcast booth on the second level. The Arroyo Seco Saints leading things 4-2 here in the early going, putting up a 4 spot in the first frame. The Riptide put 2 on the board in the home half of the second as Arthur Liu on the mound for the Riptide. Top of the fourth here. Evan, how you doing?
Doing a lot better now that we got everything under control. A little bit of technical difficulties, but nonetheless, it was a great first inning. Things have kind of dialed down here for the Saints. They got the top of the order now, leading it off with Cruz McChesney, who already has a single in this game and a stolen base.
It's been lethal at the top of the lineup. Fouls one back. 0-1 count. McChesney at BYU, the center fielder rising sophomore. Crazy thing about him, on balls he hit and play during the the Big 12 season rather, .515 batting average. So if he gets a hold of one, it could be lethal.
He's working with a lefty and Arthur Liu, who's already gotten polished so far in this game, a strikeout already. Cal Berkeley is where he's been at, and didn't get a lot of time there, but nonetheless he gets an opportunity here in the summer.
0-2 pitch from Liu. Strike 3 looking. McChesney watches that one go by, and Liu picks up another K.
There's a backdoor slider, it looked like, that just fooled McChesney, and credit Liu. He perfectly placed that pitch and made Crew look a little silly. You just got to tip your cap to the pitcher on that one.
Cam Conley into the batter's box, his third plate appearance. Had a strikeout looking back in the first, walked in the second. Watches first pitch inside for strike 1. Liu trying to manage the Saints' top of the order. Third time through the lineup. Third time the Saints have been up.
Conley, you mentioned Pepperdine University, batted 200 in 2023, a 274 on-base percentage from Lincoln University, Pennsylvania.
Big swing and a miss there, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for Liu. Looks like the off-speed stuff's really working.
Yeah, the off-speed stuff's really fooling the Saints here in this one. That's already 3 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3 for Liu, who at Berkeley 2 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3. But 2023 Saddleback, that was really where he earned a name for himself, OEC Pitcher of the Year honors, as well as the Orange Empire All-Conference First Team. So this is a guy that has his stuff, a 2.99 ERA in that year.
Adrian Lopez stepping into the batter's box now. Watches first pitch in there. Strike 1. 2 outs here. 4-2 is the score. Saints lead. Lopez walked in his first at-bat, doubled to left in his second at-bat. This time hits one softly right side. It's going to get through in just past the diving arm of Luke Johnson at second base. And runner aboard with 2 outs here for the Saints.
Yeah, and after that electric first inning that we saw from the Saints, base runner, it's hard to come by, but a nice hit there. You know, sometimes you just need a little bit of luck on your side, and we saw that in that at-bat from Lopez.
Ray Bermudez now into the batter's box. Third at-bat for Bermudez, the South Florida native, American Heritage product. Polk State College, played there last year. Hammers one deep left field. should be room over there for Matthew Thomas to make that grab, and that'll wrap things up here in the away half of the fourth. Saints lead 4-2. Don't go anywhere. Bottom of the fourth upcoming here.
Just like in between innings, you're saying to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me check.
So yeah, desktop audio. I think that's just gonna start doing messing with this, right?
Yeah.
So we don't get rid of that. So there's kind of a little bit of an. That's why I think there was a little bit of an echo with you.
Oh.
A row body is because you're getting double here.
So then we just need this one.
Mute, unmute during in between
Yep.
innings. So
Okay.
You don't get music, so you don't get copy.
Okay. All right.
Your mic sounded really good. And your volumes are really good.
Okay.
So I'm just
Awesome.
trying to match this mic to your mic. So we'll see. I'll check. But, yeah.
It's 9-inning game, right? I'm not.
Oh, yeah, 90.
Okay. Okay.
There's still a lot of baseball. Though.
No, I just want to make. So, do you want to do this? Do you
Sure.
I don't mean.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Do you just want to take over for this game then?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
We still have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, at least we figured out how to do it.
Yeah. Who's up to bat?
I would love to know where we are in the order.
We're at.
Also,
it's Brown. Jake Brown's up to lead off.
Also, that's someone else pitching for us. Can you see the back of that jersey?
Are you?
Yeah, it's definitely something.
Yeah, it's 36.
Tommy McGuire.
Or Tyler Herges?
Oh, you're right. I don't know why I had that. That was in the wrong roster.
Azusa Pacific University.
Yeah. Who's up to bat?
Brown. It's so it's going to be 6, 7, 8.
Okay, let's come back so we can. Back to the home half of the fourth here. Great Park in Irvine, California. Tyler Herges coming into the ball game. Starter Danny Velos, he was on a pitch count, only 60 pitches for the University of Hawaii product. Herges, Azusa Pacific University, rising junior. Graduated from Notre Dame Prep High School in 2021 in Scottsdale, Arizona. As Jake Brown steps into the left side of the batter's box, the righty, in the 6-hole for the Riptide. Calls time early. Centers himself. Singled to center back his first at bat. Brown will lay off the first pitch outside for ball one.
And Brown, this is the guy, Cal Baptist College. 43 games played, a 245 batting average, 8 home runs, 24 RBIs with a 538 slug.
His career year for Brown after hitting just 0.38 in 2023 and only 26 at-bats, but 80 more at-bats, had 25 more hits, 7 home runs, really added some power to his game at Cal Baptist. This one chopped left side. Livingston's going to have to barehand this one. Flings it over. Safe. Didn't barehand it, but it looked like he had to, and maybe that cost him an extra second there.
Yeah, and the speed of Brown, too. As soon as that ball was hit, head down, made his way to first base, and now we got the tying run up to bat. And a great chance here for Luke Johnson, the second baseman.
And Johnson earlier in this game already did some damage, an RBI double to right field. Might have been scored a single, but advanced to second on the throw back into the infield. Johnson, sophomore at Cornell, batted .241 his freshman season. Herges starts him off with a ball high.
And Johnson as well, .313 on base percentage, a respectable .241 batting average, and He's got a family of alumni that were all Cornell graduates. His great-grandfather, great-grandmother, great-uncle, grandfather, grandmother, and aunt all went to Cornell.
Local kid, though, went to Santa Margarita Catholic High School from California. Burgess the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Runs it back to 2-1.
That looked like he wanted to put some damage on that. When you see the shift of the Saints, he wanted to pull that down the left field line.
Left fielder standing just a little bit more towards that left center gap. A lot of space in left field if Johnson's able to pull one here.
So on his first at-bat, he laced one down the first base line.
2-1 from Burgess. This one slapped right side and out of play. We'll do it again. 2-2 now after back-to-back balls from Burgess. Quickly picks up 2 strikes to even the count. This one slapped right side. That'll get into the right field for a single. Runner will advance to third. So runners on the corners, no outs here. And the leading run comes to the plate.
Yeah, and you saw Burgess worked his way back into the count, got it to 2-2, but kind of the same hit for Luke Johnson in both at-bats, rips it down the right field side. Now you got first and third, a little bit of trouble here. You see how Tyler Burgess perseveres in the big moment that he's had so far in a very young Saints season.
And really interesting move from the Riptide today with the lineup. Bennett Wilkinson yesterday hammered a 2-run game-winning home run, but ended up being the game-winning home run in the 7th inning yesterday. Not in the lineup today. Max Senesac, the catcher today instead of Wilkinson. Ground out to second. Back in his first at-bat. This time gets hit by a pitch, so the bases loaded now. No outs here. The Saints in trouble. Still got the 4-2 lead after putting up a 4 spot in the first inning, but it's been quiet offensively since. And now Burgess is going to have to dangle through these waters.
Yeah, at this rate, you want to get a ground ball here. You'll take that runner from third to come home if it means you get a double play. At this point, you just try to find something. If I'm Burgess, you don't pitch the ball up high. You don't want to create any extra danger. Just try to get something low on the ground. You'll take the run.
Jackson Kemmerer coming in now. Redshirt freshman at Nevada. Didn't play in 2024. That was his redshirt season, but back his first at-bat, struck out swinging. Burgess deals. That one there for strike 2. Quickly 0-2 after the hit by pitch to load the bases.
Yeah, and Kemmerer, helped lead his school to the CIF Southern Section Division II regional championship, as well as the Southern California regional titles back in 2022, and almost takes that one right in the head.
Looks like the off-speed pitch got away from Burgess. 1-2 count. Azusa Pacific pitcher. The righty, sporting 36 on his back. 1-2. Tipped foul.
You see how he's trying to get him in front on these pitches, try to get him to roll over into a double play potentially.
Saints desperate for an out here. Bases loaded. 4-2 is the score. The Saints lead by 2. The Riptide are knocking on the door. Kemmerer watching the 1-2, swings through that one. Strike 3, and that's a huge first out of the inning.
Huge first out. Now you can honestly play back into that ground ball double play scenario. You got the top of the order coming up with Matthew Thomas, who he's a power bat as well.
Singled to right in the first inning, flew out to right in his second at-bat, and now looking for more. Bases loaded, 1 out here. Saints lead by 2. Thomas watches that off-speed slider in there for strike 1.
And Thomas has made hard contact on both of his hits, so almost feels like there's something left in him.
Kicks and fires, strike 2, and that Burgess is clearly turning things around after the hit by pitch, struck out Kemmerer to pick up the first out, and now flings 2 straight strikes to Thomas. 0-2. Rocks and fires. Strike 3 swinging. How about that? Back-to-back strikeout swinging for Burgess.
And this is a guy who doesn't really carry the strikeouts with him. We've seen not a ton of strikeout rate in college, but nonetheless, those are 2 huge strikeouts now, and all you have to do is focus on this batter.
Nathan Cadena is the batter. Flew out to right back in the first inning. San Jose State University announced he's actually entering the transfer portal on June 3rd with 1 year of eligibility remaining. Watches the first pitch for a ball. Burgess. That one low and outside to the right-handed hitter. It's a academic All-Mountain West team member in 2023. Cadena. Now Burge will come out to the mound for a quick little meeting. Little history between these two teams. Past 3 seasons between the Saints and the Riptide have been very close. The Saints 9-11 in 20 games over the past 3 years. Last year didn't quite go the Saints' way. They were only 1-6 in regular season play against the Riptide, including an opening day loss. But they got the last laugh, beating the Riptide in the CCL playoffs to advance to the championships. Burgess just 1 out away from getting out of this jam. 2-0 count. Burgess flings. Strike. That's strike 1. So 2-1 now. Burgess is trying to weave his way out of danger.
It was a late strike call.
Trying to nibble the corner on the off speed, and he got it. 2-1. Flings. Outside. Ball 3.
He's trying to get Cadena to chase the off speed outside, but he's not budging.
And he's got to throw a strike here because he doesn't have anywhere to put the runner. He's go to his fastball or back to the off speed. 3-1. Low and in the zone. Strike 2 and a payoff pitch. 2 outs here. Bottom of the 4th. 4-2 is the score. The Saints lead. Runners will be going. How about a payoff pitch here from Burgess? Strike 3 swinging. Strikes out Cadena to end the inning. How about not 1, not 2, but 3 strikeouts swinging, and Burgess strands the bases loaded. To the top of the 5th we go. Saints lead by 2, 4-2 here in Irvine, California. That definitely peaked. Playing with fire. Who's number 4? That's not, okay. Ryan Kittredge.
Yep.
Okay, you want to come back? New pitcher here for the Riptide. Top of the 5th. Saints lead 4-2. 2-run lead for Arroyo Seco Saints. Ryan Kittredge coming into the game for the OC Riptide. Cal Baptist University guy, had a 12.32 ERA in 2024. Struggled in his 19 innings, but made 9 appearances and 3 starts from the mound in 2023 for Cal Baptist. Originally from San Diego.
Yeah, and 2024 just wasn't really his year. 18 strikeouts, 19 walks in those 16 appearances. You mentioned the 12.32 ERA, and opponents batting .289 against him. And we just see, you know, now these are the times you can get back into the groove of things, try to get the arm back in, get the confidence up as well. That's what summer ball is meant for.
Ryan Scott back to the dish, the first baseman from Incarnate Word. 2024 is .444 on base percentage, was good for second on the team among those with more than 10 at-bats. Struck out swinging in his last at-bat in this game. 6'2", 225, the senior. Take his first cut against Kettridge. Scott watches one low and in the dirt.
And he finished 7th in the SLC for on-base percentage, .452, 9th in runs scored as well. So this is a nice bat to have if you're the Saints, and he's doing a great job.
He was third on his team in OPS, fourth in home runs, second in walks. Did have the most strikeouts. This one is hit hard to right field. That'll get down for a base hit. And Ryan Scott, lead off, he's aboard.
Roped down to right field, and you see just the power come off his bat on that one.
Yeah, it was hit hard, didn't stay up in the air for long, and came down right in front of Jake Brown over there in right field. Now Joey Donnelly, his third plate appearance, struck out last time, leaving the bases loaded. Donnelly was actually supposed to originally play for the OC Riptide, but due to a housing issue, designated for assignment, came to the Arroyo Seco Saints.
The transaction log was a little confusing at first, but, you know, housing, that overtakes a lot.
It's his third year in the California Collegiate League, played for the Walnut Creek Crawdads in 2022 and 2023. 0-1 count to Donnelly. 4-2 is the score. The Saints lead. This one crushed left field, going back. It's going to stay up there, though, for Matthew Thomas, who makes the snag.
It just got late on that one was Donnelly. But he had the power, just wasn't able to connect fully on that swing. But you see what he can do. Even on a pitch that he was late on, was still able to get that around 300 feet off the bat.
Josh Livingston, the Wichita State third baseman. Played for Crowder in Missouri 2022 and 2023.
Third-team All-American.
So 1 on, 1 out here. Saints lead by 2. Livingston was really productive towards the end of the season. Had 5 home runs in the last 2 weeks of the 2024 season at Wichita State. Saints hoping his bat stays hot. Watches first pitch for a ball.
Finished with 11 home runs on the year, 39 RBIs, and a .734 slugging percentage. So his bat is legit, and the numbers prove it.
And he's hitting the 7-hole tonight, too. Just kind of shows some of the depth in this Saints lineup. His teammate at Wichita State, Alex Burge, on deck. 1-0 count. Runner on first for the Saints. And there for strike one.
Yeah, we mentioned Livingston, a 2023 NJCAA third-team All-American or Region 16 Player of the Year after slashing .324 with 19 home runs and 64 runs batted in.
Junior from Prosper, Texas. 1-1. Pitch from Kettridge. Low and inside for ball 2. And Livingston very patient at the dish. Did strike out a considerable amount at Wichita State this season, but 13 walks, .390 on base percentage. Incredibly productive hitter, especially in the bottom third of the lineup. Kettridge taking his sweet time on the mound. The 2-1 from the righty. Swing and a miss. That'll even the count up 2-2.
And Livingston, if he connected on that one.
Probably off the scoreboard. Big cut.
Yeah, that looked like he wanted to hit that ball far.
And he's got that power. We mentioned those home run numbers and slugging percentage. 11 homers, slugged over .730 this past season. He's able to find his way on base. Keep this inning going 1 out, 2-2 count. Saints lead by 2 here, top of the 5th. Kettridge stares down, and this one is crushed. Deep left field, doesn't have the distance, no. Good job over there by Jackson Kemmer running that one down. Just hung up in the air for a while. It really got into the deepest part of the ballpark.
That was a phenomenal read off the bat from Kemmer, because if he doesn't get that first step correct, that's hitting to the gap, and that's scoring a run for sure. And Livingston might be on third, definitely would have been on second. But great read by the center fielder, Jackson Kemmer, to make that play.
That had a lot of pop, and similar to Joey Donnelly's at bat, see a lot of power in the bottom half of this lineup, just ball hanging up just a tad too much. Now Alex Burge, one of the returners from last year's Saints squad, batted .273 with 3 homers and 13 RBIs last year with the Saints in 66 at-bats.
And coming out of high school, was ranked as the number 4 catcher in the state of Kansas by Perfect Game, and you just see the numbers dip down a little bit offensively in 2024, but 2023, respectable .417 on base percentage.
But even with his batting average sinking to 156 at Wichita State this past season, still on base percentage of .341 as watches ball there, 1-0 count for Burge. It's transferring actually from Wichita State. Where he's transferring to is TBD.
This is where he makes his mark.
It's a righty on lefty matchup. Kettridge taking a sweet time. This one in the dirt, bounces off Senesac, and Scott will advance 90 feet over to second. So runner in scoring position now, 2 outs. Saints lead by 2 here in the top of the 5th. Burge an opportunity to open his RBI account.
Yeah, and Senesac just lost that one in the dirt, but nice recovery. Only gets the runner over to second.
Bounced right in the dirt off the mask of Senesac, and he had no idea where it was. Allowed Scott to hustle over. .2-0. From that one again in the dirt. This one looked like Senesac had an opportunity to catch it, but didn't come up with it cleanly. Kittredge, 6'2", 190, junior from Cal Baptist. He is making sure that he's got the time between each pitch, really slowing things down.
Well, he's a business major, so you know he's very strategic with pitching.
3-0 outside for ball 4, so Burge finds a way back on the base paths. And now 2 runners aboard for the 9-hole hitter, Aiden Pollock from Dallas Baptist.
And this is Aiden Pollock, 2-time first-team All-State selection as a junior and a senior, hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada. And all-region honors as a sophomore in 2021, and ranked as the number 3 outfielder, number 7 overall prospect from the state of Nevada by Perfect Game.
So 2 on. Saints lead by 2 here in the top of the 5th. Pollock watches that one low, ball 1. And funny thing about this roster right now, missing a couple middle infielders. So Pollock, who's a natural outfielder, has pitched a little bit too before, is actually playing second base today. Not his normal position. It's just kind of what summer ball is all about as the Saints try and manage things in the early going. 1-0 from Kittredge. Pollock swings right through the off-speed stuff and quickly evens the count at 1-1.
Just a little bit early on that off-speed pitch. You could tell he was thinking fastball and got hit with the off-speed.
He was also supposed to be a member of the Orange County Riptide this summer, but was acquired in a trade early in May 8th to be precise. Strike 2. Pollock with an opportunity to add another insurance run here in the 5th inning. The Saints' 2-run advantage.
Yeah, they've been held scoreless for the last 11 outs right now, heading on to 4 innings potentially of scoreless ball.
1-2, and another swing and a miss. Pollock goes down on strike swinging. Go to the bottom of the fifth here. Saints lead 4-2. Is it still Hergis out there? Yeah. Hergis. That's still Hergis, yeah. Where? Where am I looking?
Oh, it's still, is it 36?
Yeah, it's still 36. Okay, let's come back. Welcome back to Great Park here in Irvine, California. Bottom of the fifth action here. Saints lead 4-2. Tyler Hergis still on the mound after getting out of a bases loaded, no outs jam, unscathed back in the bottom of the fourth. And Rocco Gump, third baseman from Southland Conference, all-defensive third-team member for Northwestern State back in Louisiana.
Hergis showed a lot of poise in that last inning in that bottom of the fourth. No outs, bases loaded, and gets 3 straight strikeouts. That's got to boost his confidence here.
Throws 2 straight balls to start Gump off. DHing today, 6 homers, 44 RBIs this past season, batting .285. On-base percentage, a couple ticks over 400.
And he ranks second on the team in doubles, third on the team in RBIs. Team high 12 multi-RBI games, and was second on the team with 15 multi-hit games. So this is a guy that can get on base and also score them.
How about that? 4 straight balls from Tyler Hergis. Rocco Gump, free pass.
Yeah, and you see a 403 on-base percentage for Gump. So he's a guy who can work the count as well. You see a 4-pitch walk to start the bottom of the fifth inning.
And the middle of the order here for the Riptide is quite dangerous. You got Matthew Flaherty, shortstop from Utah. Got East Reese coming up right behind him, power hitter from Houston. So some dangerous bats here that Hergis will have to handle. Gets that one strike an outside half to start off Flaherty.
Yeah, Flaherty batting .282 with Utah, 368 on base, a 456 slugging, and 22 RBIs as well.
Hergis, the 0-1. This one clubbed foul back towards the left side over the Riptide's dugout. And bullpen, for that matter. They're right next to each other.
Went over everybody.
Didn't hit anyone, which is good. Always good to see. 0-1 from Hergis. Still waiting for the signal from Burge. He gets it, 0-1. High.
He's trying to place that off-speed pitch right on the top of the zone.
That's a dangerous place to leave it, especially if Flaherty can time that up. He's got 4 home runs last year, 2 the year before, so that's 6 for his career. Didn't have any as a freshman where he only played in 1 game. He's a redshirt junior, redshirted that season.
Hit best when it mattered most. Pac-12 conference play, 9th in the league with an average .344.
Count even at 2-2, and Burgess runs it full, so in danger of back-to-back walks to start this inning.
Maybe he just wants to go bases loaded one more time, get the confidence back up with another 3 straight strikeouts.
No outs here. Saints lead by 2. Runner on first. Payoff pitch. Runner going. Swing and a miss. Burge throws down a second. Not in time. Ball gets away. But how about 4 strikeouts for Burgess today?
Yeah, he's looked well, and I kid around with the balls, but that was a huge strikeout on Matthew Flaherty. The runner does advance to second base, but you could still just focus on the batter.
Now Ace Reese, part of the all Big 12 freshman team, and when you talk about talent, Ace Reese right at the top of the list for this Riptide squad. 7 homers, 34 RBIs. Tied the freshman school record at Houston with 4 triples in a season. When you talk about power, this guy's got it.
Yeah, and this is interesting that he's batting in the 5-hole. Because you see the power that he's displayed in college, you'd think he would be more on top of the lineup, but maybe it's just more tactical planning by the coach. Try to even out the offense throughout the lineup. Not really make it top-heavy, but this is a guy, 506 slugging, 7 home runs, and 4 triples.
Took a big swing and a miss there on that first pitch from Burgess. Runner on second. 0-1 count. And Reese, 6'3", 200. Looks a little taller than 6'3", potentially. Big strike zone. 1-1, 1 out. Runner on second. Saints lead by 2 here. Both teams have 7 hits today. Burgess. Off speed in there for strike 2. And that was really beautiful. Backdoor in there for that second strike.
Yeah, that pitch was exactly where Burgess wanted it, and it almost fooled Reese. He looked like he was going to swing and decided to hold off instead.
Burgess fires the 1-2. That one low and inside. Tried to do the same thing, but started too far inside and kept on coming down and in.
Nice keep by Burge just to make sure that runner stays at second.
He's been really solid defensively back there behind the dish all game so far. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Saints lead by 2, Burgess. And another swing and a miss sets another Riptide batter down. Make that 5 strikeouts, back-to-back Ks, swinging for Burgess. Swing and miss stuff.
Yeah, Burgess has been honestly really impressive early part of our Saints season, and he's done a great job, and he doesn't let the moment get too big. You know, he gives up the leadoff walk, obviously the inning not over yet, but to then respond with 2 straight strikeouts, you just see how his mind doesn't clutter.
Jake Brown now, right fielders, singled in both of his at-bats so far. That off-speed pitch way too far inside to the right-handed right fielder from Cal Baptist. 1-0, 2 outs, runner on second. Saints lead by 2. It's ball 2 from Burgess.
You know, and Jake Brown has mentioned a business major as well, and says that his plans is to either play baseball professionally or become a fireman after graduation.
Also enjoys working out, surfing, music, and sports, so seems like a well-rounded guy. Burge flings over to second. That's way over into center field. Runner will advance to third. Just a critical mistake for someone who's been so defensively stout today.
And the inning is over, but a little confusion. Might have been interference on the hand of Jake Brown, because you see frustration from him walking back to the dugout. Confusion with the third base coach, but everyone's leaving the field. The Saints are about to hit, and we're left confused.
It must have been as Burge came up. Brown interfered with Burge as he threw onto second. That's the only explanation really for a throw that bad. You don't really see Burge ever have troubles like that trying to get it over to second base, but completely airmailed it. Must have been Brown interference. So with that said, on to the top of the 6th. Saints still lead 4-2. Burgess flings another scoreless inning.
All right, these guys need to get a jersey on and buckle at least one button.
Imagine when we have all the cameras. Yeah, like there's literally no way that we can like update the score or do anything without like we're gonna need you need a third person. Okay, you wanna come back?
4-2 is the score here in beautiful Irvine, California. Great Park is the setting between the Riptide and the Saints. Saints lead 4-2. Crew McChesney back to the top of the lineup. His fourth at bat, and we're only in the sixth inning.
Saw the order go around in that first inning where the Saints put up 4 runs but have been held scoreless these last 4 innings. Credit to the pitching staff of the Riptide.
Still Ryan Kittredge in there. Ball in the dirt. No harm, no foul, no runners on base. First of 8 meetings between these two CCL South Division team members. Orange County coming off a 3-1 win yesterday over the Conejo Oaks, who the Saints play on Sunday. Chesney launches ball wide for ball 2.
And Kittredge, we mentioned a business major, and he says he wants to own a business and preferably in general contracting company, participate in real estate development after graduation, and enjoys the simple things in life, fishing and golfing.
I enjoy fishing and golfing too. Not that I fish much, but I do enjoy golfing, and I do golf quite a lot.
I enjoy golfing, but I have a problem getting the ball into the hole.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. As McChesney, 2-1 count to him, pops one left side, up and out of play.
Just a little bit late on that pitch. Looked like that was one that he really wanted to connect on.
And the crazy thing about McChesney, yes, he might not necessarily qualify for some of these stats, but he did lead BYU in raw batting average, slugging percentage, and on-base percentage in 2024. Only hit 53 at-bats, so limited sample size, but the talent is there at the top of the lineup as he slaps another one foul.
Yeah, 340 batting average with a 547 slug and a 478 on-base percentage. Granted, as you mentioned, 27 games in those 50-plus plate appearances as well, but this is a guy, a small sample size, as you mentioned, but he has what it takes, and he has the contact and the power.
Kittredge, as we await the 2-2, kicks and fires. Looked like a strike to me, but it's a ball. I think we're both a little surprised.
Definitely caught a little off guard. I thought Kittredge placed that beautifully on the outer half of the plate. Looked like McChesney was kind of stagnant there for a second, waiting to see if it was strike 3 or not, but he gets one more crack at it.
Full count, payoff pitch. Kittredge, slow with his delivery. McChesney will stay alive, fight another day. And we talked about some of that, raw numbers he had at BYU, but also just an athlete. Back in high school, named to the All-State second team in football for 2 seasons. He was a 3-star product out of 247 Sports, according to them. Had an offer to play football at Nevada. Full count and another foul ball, so we'll do it again.
And I feel like that's something common we see between football and baseball, like a correlation with multi-sport athletes. You're kind of feeling the same way. You got that same type of workout regimen that you need to do, and obviously the speed and athleticism are both in baseball and football.
No outs. Saints lead by 2, top of the 6th. Payoff pitch. McChesney watches it go by. Ball 4, and he'll take his base.
That was a great at-bat by McChesney. He fouled off a few pitches, waited on a few, and got rewarded with a free pass to first base.
Cam Conley, the DH, take his 4th at-bat. Struck out looking twice today already and has a walk. He's coming off Tommy John. That's why he didn't play at Pepperdine in 2024. So he was unable to throw, but Saints still want him in the lineup.
And you see a 200 batting average, a 255 slug, and that was back in 2023, but ropes a base hit to right field in this at-bat.
Some good contact for his first hit of the season. So Saints have 2 aboard here to start the top of the 6th. No outs, and they lead by 2 as well.
Now they're getting into their meat of the lineup here with Adrian Lopez.
Lopez had 8 home runs, 38 RBIs this past season at Long Beach State. Rising sophomore from Baldwin Park, California.
9 doubles, were 5th on the team, and a slash line of 225, 407, 300, and stole 13 bases as well.
Kittredge starts Lopez off with a ball in the dirt. And there is action in the Riptide pen. Kittredge is unable to find his way out of trouble here in the top of the 6th. Once again, Saints lead by 2. 8 hits today, no errors. Riptide, 7 hits, 1 error. They trail by 2, 1-1 count. It's Luis Becerra in the bullpen for the Riptide, who is waiting in the wings if Kittredge can't find the strike zone.
You'd figure Kittredge maybe gets this last batter, see what he can do with it. If Lopez gets on base, maybe that's the time you take him out.
You'd have to imagine the leash is probably pretty short at this point. No outs, 2-run game. Saints with the lead. 2-1 is the count to Lopez. Kittredge hurls the 2-1, swing and a miss, evens the count up at 2-2.
Lopez recorded at least 2 RBIs in a game, a team high 13 times last season with Cal State Long Beach. So this is a guy who can connect. He has runners in scoring position. Try to add some insurance runs for the Saints.
Kittredge heaves the 2-2. That's one's in the dirt. It'll get past Senesac. Runners will advance 90 feet, so runners on 2nd and 3rd now for the Saints. Still no outs.
Now we got 2 runners in scoring position for Lopez. You think a single at least brings home both, or would bring home both in this scenario.
It looked like that pitch from Kittredge just had a little too much outside bite on it. Bumped in the dirt awkwardly for Senesac. Got past, and Saints runners taking full advantage.
And Kittredge has the velocity that Senesac, he has to react quick.
Full count. Payoff pitch. Lopez taking it all the way. Strike 3 looking. And that's a huge first K for Kittredge.
That was a beautifully placed off-speed pitch on the top of the zone. And Lopez was on his way to first base, or so he thought. He strikes out with runners in scoring position.
Looks like Saints have made a substitution. Ray Bermudez normally in the spot. Pinch hitter is Jacob Shart. Cal State Fullerton outfielder, 6'1", 180, junior from Camarillo, California.
And he had a decent sample size last season, 40 games, a 307 batting average, 425 slug, a couple home runs, 20 RBIs.
Will be interesting to see if he stays in the game for Bermudez in right field. Takes that one low. Ball 2.
Good eye on that pitch.
And what's the approach here? Is it waiting for Kittredge to throw a strike? Are you attacking the 2-0 count?
It's hard because you have infielders in, so they're obviously going to throw it at home if this ball is left in the field. I think you just got to attack as if no one's on base and see what happens with it.
Kittredge, the 2-0. He'll lay off. Runs the count to 3 now. Or 2-1, excuse me. That one just nicked the outside half.
Shart, 388 on base percentage last season. He's got a good eye at the plate, and he's a very disciplined hitter.
Staying disciplined. Fouls that one back. Evens the count at 2-2.
You're noticing a lot of these guys early with the off speed, they're reading fastball. They're just getting out in front of the off speed pitches.
McChesney on 3rd. It's Conley at 2nd. Infield in. 4-2 Saints lead. Riptide trying to keep the Saints at bay. 2-2. This one slapped over to the second base. Long throw. The tag not in time. So McChesney, some smart base running The speed at third coming in, getting another run across the board. It's 5-2 Saints here, top of the sixth.
And that was a great read by Crew McChesney. And you see, he looked like a little hesitant, but when he saw that the ball took that hop right at the edge of the grass, he knew it was his time. And speaking of knowing their time, Ryan Kittredge looks like he will be done for the night.
As the Riptide coming in with a mound meeting. I'd assume that's probably it for Kittredge. Talk things over on the bump. As they talk things over, we'll step aside here. Top of the sixth, Saints lead 5-2 here in Irvine.
It is frozen.
Okay, we'll figure it out after.
Looks like they'll stay with Kittredge. It's the Saints trying to add onto their tally. It's Eli Watson stepping in to the batter's box. His first plate appearance of the young season, pinch hitting in the normal spot of Ryan Scott. Saints lead by 3, just added a run on an infield bump over to the right side, over to second base. It was Jacob Sharp putting one in play that scored Crew McChesney. Watson lays off the inside off-speed pitch. Watson, the redshirt junior at Arizona Western College in 2024. Jeffersonville, Indiana native, 6'1", 195. Natural outfielder. He was playing in the infield during the scrimmage yesterday. The Saints held. It's part of the Saints' issues with their middle infielders coming in. Haven't quite gotten everyone. Still waiting on some Oral Roberts guys. Watson. 2-1 count. It's Kittredge trying to manage the traffic. Throw back over to first. And Sharp was way off the base. Now you've got a pickle. You've got to watch the runner coming home, and one run will score. So good job by Cam Conley picking up that Sharp was stuck in a pickle. The Riptide didn't realize it. Conley comes across, and the Saints lead by 4.
It was a nice read from Conley to understand that there was a pickle going on just across the way from him, and he makes a smart play, runs home, and now we got some extra insurance runs for the Saints.
Watson pops one up right over the infield. Third baseman Nathan Cadena coming in to make that snag, and that'll end things here in the 6th. Saints tack on 2. They lead 6-2, headed to the bottom of the 6th.
This is the last call for those 21-year-old hits and hit Crush Santina located on the third base side. At the completion of the 7th-inning stretch, we will stop serving beer 1 and seltzer. Head on over to the first base concourse before it's too late. Again, all Riptide fans that have collected a foul ball, please please return them to the concession stands to collect the prize. Thank you.
Oh, we got a pitching sub. Okay, let's come back.
Now batting for the
So the Saints coming back in with some defensive substitutions. Well, looks like Watson will replace Scott at first base. And on the mound, Trajan Lee from Trinity University, San Antonio, Texas, coming in for Tyler Hergis. And Lee played summer ball with Vermont in 2023. A 4.12 ERA. Just shy of 40 innings pitched this season at Trinity.
Yeah, and you talk about his time at Trinity, 33 innings, 2.45 ERA, 30 strikeouts, just to 13 walks.
And Johnson flies one over to second base. Easy catch over there by Aiden Pollock.
You know, when Trajan Lee asked about why he chose Trinity University, talked about the opportunity to compete at a high level and win a national championship while also receiving an amazing education. And see, already got the first out, no harm.
Back to Max Senesac in the 8-hole. Rising sophomore at Loyola Marymount. Lee, that one's low in the dirt, starts Senesac off with a ball. 6-2 the score. Saints lead by 4. Putting up 2 runs off some sneaky base running in the away half of the 6th.
Senesac, you don't really see catchers providing that offensive spark, but Senesac has done that at LMU.
This time he's hit with a pitch high and inside off the hand of Lee. So after retiring Johnson, Senesac's aboard.
You see he just wears that on the chin, throws his bat to the dugout, and calmly makes his way to first.
Jackson Kemmerer back for his third at-bat. Struck out swing last 2 times.
You know, if he does some damage here, you'll think back to that play that he made in center field to preserve some damage for his team. Let's see if he can return the favor now offensively.
This one hammered right side, deep right field. Coming in on it is Shart, who makes the snag over there. Defensive substitution and after the pinch hit for Ray Bermudez.
now batting the left fielder, number 5, Matthew
Back to the top of the lineup for the Riptide. 2 outs, runner on first. It's Matthew Thomas.
And
Talk about a great lead-up song.
yeah, can you meet me halfway? Excellent choice, excellent choice. And he comes from a family that's a very athletic one. His dad, Milton, played football at San Diego State, and his brother, Anthony, plays baseball at Colorado. Hit .391 for his career in high school and hit a game-winning 2-run homer in the bottom of the 7th inning to clinch the Empire League championship for his high school squad.
And you mentioned Meet Me Halfway, but just added it to my playlist because didn't have it on. You know, it came on 3 times. I'm like, this is a great song. Got to have it on there.
That's
For
just
the-
criminal that you didn't have that song.
I know. Got to have it for the bus ride home. Lee, off speed in there for strike 2. 1-2's the count, 2 outs. Saints lead by 4. Matthew Thomas has impressed today. Singled back in the first. Flew out in the second, struck out in the third. He's made a couple nice defensive plays over there in left field, too.
Yeah, didn't have the offensive season he was probably hoping for at Cal Berkeley. Obviously, his first year kind of getting integrated into everything, a 143 batting average. But I think what stands out the most is the 4 home runs that he hit in 24 games.
And another actual defensive substitution that we missed, but Nicholas Lazara coming in for Alex Burge behind the plate. Lazara teammates with Lee as Thomas sends this one to deep right field. Short is under that one for the final out of the inning. But as I was mentioning, Lazara, catcher at Trinity, obviously Trajan Lee coming over from Trinity too, so wanting to keep the battery together. On to the top of the 7th. 7-8-9, the only innings we got left here from Irvine, California. 6-2 the score. Saints lead by 4.
Special running right now on half-off barbecue chicken. Please.
The amount of times that I'm like accidentally want to say Northwestern is like criminal. It's criminal.
Well, I've never done baseball before, so I don't think I'll ever.
No, it's not even like baseball. It's just like anything. It's like Northwestern leads or like the radio station like WNUR Sports. Like I've wanted to say that at least 3 times. Like can't say that.
I hope I don't have that.
Nah, it just happens. Yeah. It's whatever. It's like what are these teams' names again? Like that actually did happen to me. I was like, what team are we playing?
All right, so now they brought in Luis Becerra.
Me no riding on a tractor. Me no.
Number 17, Luis Becerra.
I'm so hungry.
This is now in pitching for your
I'm so happy that I got that slice of pizza.
Yeah, I'm smart.
I was like, oh, so we got another substitution. No, or?
I don't know.
Well, because number 9's, who's number 9?
Oh my God, what are we doing with these subs, guys?
Peter Worth.
Oh, let's go. But who is? Okay.
Couple more substitutions to think about here as top of the 7th, Luis Becerra coming in for the Riptide. We saw him warming up in the pen earlier as Ryan Kittredge struggled. Becerra, Cal Baptist University, and pinch hitting probably will come in for a defensive substitution the way that the Saints have operated here in the second half of this game. But Peter Worth, Charleston Southern, the senior, and also related to Jason Worth, the former MLB player, obviously known for his time with the Nationals.
Yeah, and it looks like the power gene follows down the family bloodline. Peter Worth, JUCO Panola in 2023, or junior college, pardon me, and batted .327 on the year with them, and 40 runs, 47 RBIs, and you see reached safely in all but 7 games and 15 games with multi-hits, and makes the move to Charleston Southern with 5 home runs.
0-1 count. Worth swings at that one in the dirt. 0-2.
For Becerra, opponents batted .329 against him. In his time at Cal Baptist, as he gets Worth to strike out.
That at bat, not pretty. Unlike this night that we have here in Irvine, California, 63 degrees, a little chilly. 5-mile-an-hour winds pointed north. And that probably is out to center field as those flags moving slightly out towards the north as Josh Livingston coming up for his 4th at-bat. It's flown out the last 2 at-bats, but we saw that deep fly out back towards left center field where Jackson Kemmerer was to make that snag.
And Kemmerer just with a great read on that, robbed Livingston of extra bases for sure, and extra runs and insurance for the Saints.
2-0 count for Livingston. Started only 20 games at Wichita State, but obviously had the damage, 11 homers, 39 RBIs on the year. Takes that one for strike 1.
I still can't get over a .734 slugging percentage. That just, for those who don't know, it just means he's mashing the ball when he makes contact.
Had 4 home runs in the AAC tournament. Another big swing and a miss there. Evens the count up at 2-2. But those 4 home runs kind of helped his way onto the 2024 AAC All-Tournament team. had 2 home runs, 7 RBIs in the tournament win over East Carolina, and hit 3 home runs in 2 games against East Carolina in the AAC tournament. Count runs full. And he's got to be one of the hitters, as someone who's going to broadcast these games, that I'm really excited about, just because obviously the late season success for Wichita State, some of the power, he fouls that one back.
And he's just a very disciplined hitter. Very disciplined hitter as well. You see how he waits for his pitch. He's not afraid to maybe take a strike or two. He just wants to get his pitch.
Livingston smashes this one right side. That'll get through. That'll be a base knock, and you see power off the bat there as he puts it in play.
And although it was only a single, that was smoked right over the second baseman's glove.
Now Nicholas Lazara, who make the substitution for Alex Burge. Lazara coming in to keep the battery between Lazara and Lee together, and now he gets his first at-bat in the Saints uniform. Fouls one back and out of play. And in 2024, 145 at-bats and made every single one of those at-bats count. 352 average, starting 41 games, 4 homers, 38 RBIs. And an impressive on-base percentage at .439. This one in the dirt. Senesac checking in on Livingston, who trots back over to first.
And you don't really see power, as I mentioned earlier, come from the catcher position. So if you could get even a 260 average from your catcher, you got something special.
And watching him take BP the other day, too, was mashing some balls. Didn't see a lot of home runs. As Livingston off the base, he's going to be called out. So some heads-up play by Luis Becerra checking in on Livingston. And Livingston, not really somebody that's a threat to run, had no stolen bases at Wichita State. So you got to just think about what he's doing that far off the bag there.
And just a few undisciplined outs by the Saints early in the season, so something they'll need to work on for sure, but that's already a few times that they've been caught not paying attention or just taking too big of a lead.
Zara slices one out of play. 1-2 count, 2 outs here. Saints lead by 4, 6-2 the score. 10 hits so far today. Zara trying to keep this inning going. That one low in the dirt from Becerra. Evens the count at 2-2. So 2-2, 2 outs. Saints lead by 4. For the 2 spot in the top of the 6th. Zara fouls one down the first base line. Career .422 on base at Trinity University. Most of those at-bats coming this past season. And looks at that one, go right past him for strike 3. Bottom of the 7th we go. Here, Irvine, California. Great Park, 6-2 the score. Saints lead by 4.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able, and let's sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Who's number 7? Why do we keep... Okay, no. Never mind.
What do you...
Alex Burge is back? New pitcher? What are the substitution rules?
Yeah, wait, what the... Or no, he's probably just warming him up because
Oh, yeah. There we go. That's right. That makes sense.
Because Lazar...
Jake Vargas.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Can we stop, throwing new guys in every 3 seconds?
Or is this Michael Nunez?
No, it's
No,
Jake
sorry,
Vargas.
I thought that said 20... I thought that said 26.
Okay, and it's Cadena. We can come back.
Oh, shoot, I'm looking at the wrong roster.
Back here in chilly Irvine, low 60s, but quite a picturesque night for baseball. Saints lead 6-2 and have made another substitution on the mound. Jake Vargas coming in for Trajan Lee. Lee only going 1 inning. Vargas, the Azusa Pacific University 5th year. So 2023 third-team All-Pac West performer after a 3.38 ERA season, 26.2 innings pitched. But 2024, completely different picture. Kind of an ugly 10.80 ERA in 13 appearances. One start, 16.2 innings pitched, 20 earned runs in those outings.
Yeah, but the one interesting thing is 26 strikeouts to 4 walks. So if you just look at his K to walk ratio in those innings, he looks like a very, very solid pitcher. It's just a matter of getting those guys on bases and trying to eliminate the damage. But in 16 2/3 innings, it's very hard to get that ERA back down. So once you have one bad start, the ERA is already ballooned.
And we were talking to Isabella McCormick, the GM for the Saints, a little bit earlier today, but she said in terms of scouting and recruiting, she really looks, and the team really looks for pitchers that throw strikes, throw a lot of strikes, don't walk a lot of batters. They want high strikeout to walk ratios. And talking about 26 to 4, what's that, 13 to 2? Quick math, 6.5 strikeout to walk ratio. Pretty impressive stuff from Vargas.
And now it's just a matter of getting back to that ERA that we know of in that mid-3 range, which is all you really want from a reliever.
Starts Cadena off with a strike, swinging. Cadena, last time he was at bat, struck out swinging. Placentia, California native, 5'11", senior who's in the transfer portal. Had a season-high 4 hits against Air Force, the Mountain West Baseball Championship, May 24th.
His dad was drafted by the Yankees in '96.
It's going to be drop third strike, but easy play from Lazara over there to retire Cadena.
Number 12, Rocco Gump.
The DH Rocco Gump back to the dish, trying to add some offense, start something for this Riptide squad. Scored 3 runs yesterday, only have 2 on the board so far today. Saints trying to chase their first opening day victory since 2021. They've played the Riptide the past 3 years here in Irvine to start their season, but haven't won since 2021, where they won 14 of 4.
Gump's had a few impressive at-bats. He roped a single down the right field line in his last one.
Off speed in the dirt. I'll say Gump went around for strike 1.
That was a nice breaking pitch that just died right at the knees for Gump.
0-2 count. Vargas doesn't throw a lot of heat. Time up in the zone with the fastball. One-two count. Vargas went back to the off speed, that time by Gump's shoes.
See if Rocco Gump can display some power here in the latter half of this game for the Riptide. We talked about 6 home runs, 44 RBIs last year, 472 slugging, and ranked in the top rankings for most of his team statistics.
This one chopped over to Pollock at second. Watson wasn't on the bag at first. The throw beat him, but Watson not a natural first baseman, outfielder, coming in from Ryan Scott, and that's just some of the positional dynamics that the Saints have to manage, and that time unable to get away with it.
And they have their collection of bunch coming from Oral Roberts within the next week. We could fill out the positions a little more, just get a little more fluidity in the lineup.
Matthew Flaherty, hard-hitting left-hander. This one slapped right side down the line. Sharp coming over to play it. He'll get it in to the infield. Pollock was the cutoff man, but throw got away from him. Lopez picks it up, and now runners on the corners, 1 out, and the Riptide threatening to make a dent into the Saints' 4-run lead here, bottom of the 7th.
And if you're a Riptide fan, this is exactly who you want up at the plate. Ace Reese, who you can arguably say is your best hitter on this team, and Jacob Shart is going to have to work around some traffic And one swing of the bat from Reese, and we could potentially be talking about a brand new ball game.
He's fourth on the team. He's fourth on Houston in home runs this year with 7. He was fifth amongst Big 12 freshmen in that count. But he also struck out a lot, 37 Ks in 162 at-bats.
We see a lot of teams, even in the pros, as long as you have the power, they're willing to make that risk.
Vargas. That one knocked foul off of the end of Reese's bat.
He was just late on that pitch, a little too late. He sliced that one back.
Runners on the corners. Saints lead by 4. 1 out here, bottom of the 7th. Vargas trying to weave his way through the traffic. It's all the South California traffic that just gets in the way of people.
Yeah.
We were on the bus today coming down from Pasadena for, an hour and a half, trying to.
Yeah, welcome to LA traffic.
Yeah, you don't really got that on the East Coast. That's not true. You definitely have that on the East Coast, but there's no traffic like LA for sure.
See if Shark can get his way out of this one.
Vargas deals on one outside, runs the count to 2-2. Got a little bit of a battle here between Reese and Vargas going. This will be the 5th pitch of the at-bat. Runner still on the corners. Saints lead by 4.
And we know Shark has the strikeouts. See if he can get one here.
This one slapped right side. Just foul. It looked fair until the very end when it kind of just darted past the first base bag down the first base line.
That felt like a 50-50 play, but it looks like the ball just veered to the right in front of first base, and the first base umpire has the best view. Now battling will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming for Reese.
Talk about a battle between Ace Reese and Jake Vargas. Second Azusa Pacific University pitcher that the Saints have used, Tyler Hergest, earlier in this game. Here's the 2-2. Reese, it's a major league fly ball to left field, trailing out of bounds. And way, way out of bounds. It's past the fence there down the left field side. Past the bullpen, and that's just kind of the pop in his bat that he's got.
Ace Reese said that his hidden talent was juggling, but let's see if Jacob Shark can juggle himself out of this one. Reese is really making him work.
Vargas, the 2-2 pitch. Off speed in the dirt. Runs the count full. Saints have already loaded the bases, or pitched the bases loaded once in this game. Vargas nearing potentially the second time it's happened. Payoff pitch, runner going. Chopper down the first base side, foul. Really nice play by Eli Watson.
Yeah, really nice glove from Watson.
Might have been just off the camera, but Watson charging over, gloved it in his hand. And if that had stayed fair, would have probably kept a run off the board. With Flaherty at first. 1 out.
Reaching double digits in this at-bat.
Payoff pitch again. This one fouled up and away.
I get Aaron Judge vibes from Ace Reese, just the way he's able to battle himself into this. We're nearing the 12th pitch of the at-bat. This is a guy who, he's a tough out, evidenced by his .395 on base percentage in 48 games.
And it's impressive because he's got a long swing, a lot of length in his swing. Payoff pitch again. This one hammered right field. Won't drop, but it'll score a run. It's deep enough to do that. Sliding in is Rocco Gump from third. So the Riptide add a tally. 6-3. Saints still lead by 3. But a pretty good trade-off between these two teams. Saints get an out, Riptide get a run.
Yeah, and if you're the pitcher in Jacob Sharp, you'll absolutely take that. The way that Ace Reese was able to battle in that at-bat, just to only walk away with a sac fly, I think that, calms things down. You got 2 outs. All you got to focus on now is the batter.
And Jake Vargas pitcher. 1 out away now from getting out of this inning as Brown, first pitch swinging, pops one up towards first base. Eli Watson, the natural outfielder, easy track for him over there at first. And that new territory for him. Saints lead 6-3, headed to the top of the 8th here in Irvine, California.
Hey, Riptide fans, it is now time to announce our Pixie Car Wash raffle winners. Our raffle winner is Dylan Jason.
Is the video working? Okay, a sec.
I keep checking like from time to time just to make
Is anyone watching?
my parents. Let me see how many people it says. We're just broadcasting to ourselves.
It's what I'm used to these days.
It says 15 people.
Oh, damn.
The mic makes you sound like the mom from Jack Stauber's Opal.
Someone said that?
Yeah.
No way.
But I love free baseball. Oh, dude, we gotta like turn off our mics or something because just because this is turned off, they could still hear us.
Turn.
I don't know. Just do this when you talk then, because you could still hear it. So
Back to the top of the 8th here, Luis Piquera still on the mound for the Riptide for the Saints. It's Aiden Pollock getting his 4th at-bat of the game. Struck out swinging back in his 3rd at-bat, grounded into a double play in his 2nd at-bat. Bishop Gorman High School product, Las Vegas, Nevada, one of the best athletic high schools in the country. As Pollock fouls one up and out of play, the right side. Saints searching for their first CCL opening day win at Great Park since 2021, where they beat the Riptide 14-4. Piquera flings another ball, 1-1 account.
You know, after that first inning for the Saints where we saw them bat around and 4 runs, kind of cooled off offensively.
This one slap left side, really nice play over there in left field by Matthew Thomas, continuing to impress. And how about this Riptide's outfield defense today?
Yeah, it's been underrated to say the least. You see just the way that they're able to get that first step read, because without the first step read, that ball's going to die down. It'll be a single, and the one that we saw with Jackson Kremer, we mentioned how that could have been an extra base hit in the gap, and you see the way that they're able to just get that quick read, and it's allowed for the pitchers to still work out at the stretch.
First pitch swinging, hammered right side. Easy play over there in right field for Jake Brown to retire McChesney. But you can just see the smooth swing for McChesney. He's going to be a problem at the top of the Saints roster all season long.
Yeah, you know, getting back into the groove of things, and, you know, we had batting practice, but nothing's ever like the game. But you see the swing from Crew McChesney, as you mentioned, and it looks like with a couple more at-bats, he could really put some barrel to the ball.
Cam Conley singled to right to have his first hit of the young season back in his last at-bat. Quickly down 0-2, though. He struck out in 3 pitches looking back in the first. Piquera, the 0-2, bounced in the dirt right off home plate, too. Heard the thud off Senasac's equipment. Adrian Lopez on deck. 0-2 again. This one chopped right side. Popped over the dugout for the Saints. Here at Great Park in Irvine, they've got a special ad to the scoreboard for every foul ball. It's like a baseball hitting a car window or a window, and just a reminder,
yeah.
just a reminder that if you get a foul ball, to return it to a Riptide intern. Count even at 2-2. This one slapped left side over Flaherty, who couldn't make a clean play, and Conley will reach on an error.
We're seeing some uncharacteristic errors from both teams here in this one. You know, the first game, could it be jitters? Could it just be getting back into the feel of things, you know, or even just maybe just a little bit of tiredness, you know, guys that are just coming in back from college, you know, flying in this morning, late last night. The adjustment period still needs to be there.
Yeah, the Saints starter today, Danny Velos, was on a 60-pitch count today. We couldn't quite get things set up in time for that, but at the end of the day, he only came in today. So trying to just work through these summer league, you know, just kind of this is what summer league is. It's managing all these different moving parts, and it makes it difficult, especially for the Saints roster. Still missing middle infielders. 1-0. Low for ball 2 from Vaquera. Saints lead by 3 here in the away half of the 8th. 6-3 the score. 11 hits, 6 runs. No errors today for the men in blue. 2-0 count. That one in there for strike 1.
Nice framework behind the plate.
And Vaquera's done a nice job of settling this game down for the Riptide. Saints trying to add some insurance here, top of the 8th. Big swing and a miss. Lopez way out in front of that for the second strike of the at-bat. Now he's got to shore up that swing a little bit with 2 outs.
Yeah, try to get some movement over on the base path. You got to figure. Might see some wheels coming off with Cam Conley.
2-2 from Vaquera. Just hit back to stay alive.
It was a little bit early on that pitch, but got enough of the top of that bat to foul it off, and at least one more pitch to come.
Lopez centers himself. Vaquera fires the 2-2 in there. Strike 3 looking. That'll take us to the home half of the 8th. Saints lead by 3 here in Irvine, California.
Now batting for the Riptide, number 18, the second baseman.
Bottom of the 8th, Luke Johnson, the Cornell second baseman, coming in for his another opportunity for him. He's already has a RBI double to right field and a single to right field in today's game. So Saints defense shifted over that way. The left fielder playing more into left center. The right fielder playing quite deep into right field. That's Shart over there in right field, coming in for Ray Bermudez. That substitution coming earlier in this game as the Saints have meddled with the lineup a little bit.
You know, we talked about Luke Johnson's background with Cornell, but his father, Craig, playing tennis at Pepperdine before playing professionally for a few years and earning a ranking as high as number 287.
Johnson hits one softly towards Lopez at shortstop, who makes a strong throw over to Watson at first. So 1 out. Saints 5 outs away from an opening day victory here in CCL play. The Riptide starting things off yesterday actually here at home for them here in Irvine, California at Great Park. Beautiful field They won yesterday 3-1 over the Conejo Oaks, who the Saints will play on Sunday. No game tomorrow for the Saints, so able to get back to Pasadena, rest things up, and play their home opener on Sunday against the Oaks.
6:05 first pitch. Celebrating 9 years in the CCL and 30 years overall as a team.
Well, it's actually 20 years because established in 2004. But the Saints squad has been in the CCL for just under a decade now, and really trying to come into their own after a really strong season last year, making it all the way to the CCL Championship Series, where they lost to the Prune Packers in 3 games. Had to beat the Riptide on the way to get there in the playoffs.
They lost in that final game. They put a valiant effort in and just couldn't get that last one. And now with a handful of guys returning, they're hungry for that hardware.
And arguably bringing 2 of their best pitchers back from last year, Caleb Reyes and Carter Herrera, who, wearing number 99, is just electric number for a pitcher as Vargas walks Senesac to give the Riptide a base runner. But it should be a fun season. We've talked to some of the executives in the Saints organization who really feel like they've got a roster this year that can compete again at a high level, even against this really prestigious CCL crew of teams with some really good players from some really good schools. I feel like they fielded a team this year that can compete once again for a championship.
It's a very easy sell when you have a team prior last year that made it so far, and to have the returning guys, it just makes it a lot easier to say yes to playing for the Seco Saints.
Jackson Kemmerer, center fielder, struck out swinging in his first 2 at-bats. Rancho Santa Margarita, California native. To Tesoro High School.
And a true redshirt freshman.
So a not true freshman, I would assume then. I guess that's how that works.
Yeah, I'm always curious to see how that works. He still has his 4 years of eligibility.
Over there to Nevada. 0-2 count for Kemmerer. Made that nice play earlier in the game to keep a Livingston double off the board. Vargas hurls the 0-2. Off-speed stuff, strike 3 looking. How about that?
And that was nice framework by Lazara. Framed the off-speed pitch on the outer part of the plate. And all Jackson Kemmerer can do is just walk back to the dugout shaking his head. But that was just a beautifully executed pitch and a nice framework.
I think I know what I'm going to be listening to on the bus back, just on repeat. Because, Matthew Thomas has gotten me Meet Me Halfway, just stuck in my mind. Needed something else, had a lot of country music in there. Saints playing a lot of country music at their scrimmage yesterday to open things off, and that kind of was on the playlist heading south here to Irvine from Pasadena.
Not a bad genre of music, though.
No, it was great. Had the little headphones in. Don't have AirPods. Got my JBL little buds in.
AirPods are overrated.
AirPods are overrated. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but
I think it's a good one. It's a good one.
I felt that way ever since I've had.
Nothing like a good 8th inning hot take here in Irvine, California. The season opener, 2-0 count to Thomas at the top of the lineup for the Riptide. Saints lead by 3. They've out-hit the Riptide to 11-9. Vargas, 0-2 pitch. Nice play by Lopez. Flings over to first, and that'll retire the Riptide in the 8th. To the 9th we go. 6-3 the score. Saints lead by 3. top of the ninth we go. Jacob Shirt coming in for his second at-bat. Reached on a fielder's choice earlier in his first at-bat. Watches the first pitch low for ball one from Luis Becerra.
Looks like Becerra will get in at least 3 innings of work.
This is not Shart's first season in the CCL. Did not play in 2023 for the Conejo Oaks, but in 2022 did 12 plate appearances. This time flings one over to third base. Easy throw over from Cadena. Easily recognizable in the yellow cleats over there at third.
I think he did that on purpose, just so we know.
Yeah, just so we know. Maybe.
I sent him a text message before the game, just to make it easier so we know.
Just to make it easier, it's like whoever's in yellow cleats, that's Cadena.
Mm-hmm.
Becerra starts Eli Watson off with the ball in the dirt. Popped up to third base in his first at-bat, the Jeffersonville, Indiana native.
Who's looking for a new home in college.
Yeah. Played Summer League ball for Waleska. The Sun Belt Baseball League swings through that one, 2-1 the count.
Also ventured with Arizona Community College, 53 games with them.
Watson flies out to shortstop, so pop up to third base. Pop up to shortstop here in the early going 2024 CCL season. In the 5-hole, Peter Worth, Charleston Southern, second at bat. Related to Jason Worth, as we mentioned earlier, but just kind of a fun little connection here in this CCL roster. Saints still trying to bring all their players in. Is still early in the year. Guys arriving from Oral Roberts, still waiting on a slew of other schools.
Luis Becerra throwing absolute gas right now to Peter Worth.
He's been chugging through this lineup. Another hard hit ball right over the shortstop. That one off the mark, but good play by Reese, who's able to tag Worth down the first base line, and that'll take us to the bottom of the ninth. Saints 3 outs away from an opening day win. 6-3 the score here in Irvine. Oh, we got a closer. Okay, you want to come back? Three outs away here in Irvine, California. The Saints lead by 3, and in comes Kobe Minchie for the Saints on the bump, trying to close things out here for the first win of the season. This Saints team has not won an opening day game since 2021, where they won here in Irvine. It's Minchie, Dallas Baptist pitcher, to come in to try and end things here in the ninth.
First save opportunity for the Saints this season, and Kobe Minchie only a third of an inning in 2024. Got roughed up a little bit in that lone appearance that he made. In 2023, 9 appearances, 3 starts, posting a 2-1 record with a 5.25 ERA and 13 strikeouts and 12 innings of work, making his debut for Dallas Baptist against the Air Force Academy back on April 4th. He tossed a scoreless inning of relief.
And pitching is in his DNA, too. His father was a second-round draft pick by the Expos. Yes, the Expos. in the 1987 MLB draft, and he went to pitch on for 3 seasons with the Red Sox and 1 year with the Rockies before spending 7 seasons in Japan. So, sure, his dad, big influence on him in terms of pitching, but a big opportunity to earn his first save in the first game of the year for the Saints, trying to close things out here in Irvine.
He was also homeschooled in high school and kind of just played around travel ball and focusing on school, but trying to still keep the main focus on the sport of baseball.
Nathan Cadena trying to start things off for the Riptide with some positives. It's been zeros on the scoreboard since the 7th inning, where the Riptide were able to plate 1. Plated 2 in the second, but outside of that, just 3 runs on the board. They scored 3 yesterday against the Oaks.
Credit to the Saints pitching staff. They've done a great job of navigating their way around traffic while also limiting traffic as well on the base pass, but give credit to them. First game of the season, they look sharp.
And this is a Saints team that went 1-6 in regular season play against the Riptide last year. Minchie, strong strike there outside half. 1-2 count.
He's kind of working Cadena on both halves of the plate. Started him off inside and now trying to attack that outer half of the plate.
Minchie. That one just off the edge. Really had Cadena something to think about there.
Yeah, good take by Cadena. He stopped at the right time because any farther on that swing and he would be walking back to the dugout.
2-2 count. Minchie fires. Once again, just off the edge, but throwing gas.
He's still trying to attack that outer half of the plate. Just not able to perfectly place that pitch.
Payoff pitch here. No outs here. Top or bottom of the 9th. That one in the dirt. So Minchie gives a leadoff walk to Cadena.
What an at-bat from Nathan Cadena, though. Took a lot of pitches, held back on a few. That could have been strike 3. And, when you're down 6-3, you would think you would need to be aggressive at the plate. But Nathan Cadena was the opposite of that, very poised in that at-bat.
And at this point for the Riptide, it's really about just getting base runners, getting guys on base, making sure that, keep the inning going. Minchie succumbs. Leadoff base runner, though. Runner on first, that's Cadena. Gump at the plate. He lifts this one left field. Should be fairly easy for the Saints out there.
And that's a big first out for Minchie.
It's Peter Worth making the catch in left.
You mentioned a big first out. You just gave up the leadoff walk. You have a guy in Rocco Gump who is no stranger to the power, as we mentioned, 6 home runs, 44 RBIs, and to get him swinging on that first pitch to fly out, just got late on that pitch, and an easy catch for Worth out in left field.
It's Flaherty now, the Utah redshirt junior. 1 out in the 9th. This one chopped up the middle. Lopez will step on the bag at second, try and fling onto first. Not in time. Watson doing the splits. He almost had a game-ending double play, but the Saints just 1 out away now.
Quite some athleticism from an outfielder. To do the splits, the all-out effort to try to get that hard final out. And now you have the big bat in Ace Reese. Try to cut the lead to 1 with the deficit to 1 with 1 swing, but can still open up this inning.
And as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, but Ace Reese, probably the best natural hitter in this lineup, kind of feels like the final boss in a way for the Saints. Minchie trying to navigate away from that one base runner. Reese first pitch swinging, fouls one back. 0-1 count.
And in this case, he is the final boss because he's the final guy you got to get out to secure a very hard-fought W.
Saints still searching for their first opening day victory since 2021. That pitch inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. 2 outs here. Either 2 strikes or fly ball, pop out, ground ball away from an opening day victory. Minchie, 1-1, inside for strike 2.
Looked like Reese wanted to swing at that, but he started his swing a little too early. Felt like almost like as if Minchie just buckled him on that pitch.
And over the last 3 years, the Saints are 7-3 at Great Park, trying to make it 8-3 in 4 years. As they start this 2024 CCL campaign. Minchie the 2-2, outside again, runs the count full. So runner will be going here, the payoff pitch.
And just excellent discipline from these Riptide hitters. They're making it really hard for Kobe Minchie to get this final out, to get out of this inning.
Reese, the lefty. Minchie fires and swing and a miss. That'll end things here in Irvine. Saints take this one 6-3 after a 4-spot in the first. That was inevitably all the runs they needed, but picked up 2 insurance runs later in the 6th. And the Arroyo Seco Saints take game 1 of the CCL campaign 6-3 over the Riptide. Final thoughts here.
That was a great game, starting off hot, and I think setting the tone right away with 4 runs in the first inning allows for the pitching staff to kind of breathe a little. The pressure isn't really on them. I mean, obviously you still had 8 more innings of baseball after that, and we thought maybe in the bottom of the second inning the game might get away from the Seco Saints. They gave up those 2 runs. The traffic was there throughout, but you credit the pitching staff. I think that inning